How is it even possible that an account that has a fully booked Krisk the Ageless, Farrakhan the Fat, and double at level 60 Cold Hearts is stuck on this? Oh, I don't know why this is getting the epic opera cob music kicking in, man, but we're stuck on stage 17 of Fire Night with this team? How is that even possible, man? That is exactly what we are about to find out. And it's not just there either. We're not able to farm stage 20 of Dragon with this roster as well. This is the account of Mr. Crowox. This is an account takeover video where, oh my god, Luna. Luna over there in a cat tower deciding she's going to join in with the intro. I don't know if you guys heard that. We've got a lot of fixing to do, mostly of builds and of team compositions and all of that stuff, man, on this account. I hope you guys are along for the ride, man. Hey, if you're looking to start with a new raid account, make sure to get that done right now by kicking off your new raid account by clicking on the beginner promo link that's down below this video at the top of the description box. Now is an incredible time to create a new raid account while Michelangelo is the free login reward legendary champion, and by starting off a new account with that link down below, you're going to be starting off that account with Basilius Roanus on day 1 of that new raid account, as well as 3 free epic champions as you level that account on up. Best beginner promo link going on, one of the best times I've seen to actually create a new raid account, man, with all the freebies that are going on in the game right now. Okay, we don't have enough accuracy on these champions. Very first thing I look at, man, whenever I get into an account takeover video is what are the builds looking like. And honestly, I don't mind like the build composition and the stat priorities on most of these champions. Some pieces of gear are dreadful, and as you can see, we've only got 200 artifacts in storage, like total. That's all we've got. And a lot of these are not great, like 4-star quality. A lot of these like common shields that we just need to sell and stuff like that. We haven't got a whole lot to work with. But from what I can see, most of the builds are okay, but there seems to be a misunderstanding as to how accuracy works on this account, right? Okay, first of all, what do you need accuracy for in your champion builds? You need accuracy, okay, for the people at the back and for the new players watching this video, you need accuracy to land any negative effect on the enemy that is not damage, okay? This can be things like decreasing enemy turn meter, for example, on Cold Hearts A3 right here. It can be like Krisk and landing provoke debuffs, or decrease defense debuffs, or decrease attack, those kinds of things. It can be for stealing enemy buffs, right? Anything that does a negative thing to the enemy that isn't damage requires accuracy. And how much accuracy do you need? Well, a lot more than 58. Mr. Krisk, okay? 58 accuracy on a Krisk the Ageless gives him enough accuracy to be landing that provoke debuff in, I don't know, maybe stage 8, stage 7, stage 8 of Dragon. As a general rule of thumb, for every stage of a dungeon that you are clearing, you need 10 accuracy, right? If you're clearing stage 10 Dragon, aim for like at least 100 accuracy on your champions. Shouldn't be that hard to do. As you're progressing down towards stage 20 of Dragon, be aiming for at least 200 accuracy on all of your champions, and that should get you started. As it happens, Michelangelo doesn't have enough accuracy. Krisk's accuracy is rock bottom, as we already touched on. Ninja is on... Okay, so the Ninja's also on 57 accuracy, which is just remarkably low. The Farrakhan's on 53. Oh, God. Oh, Quarox, dude, what are we doing? The speeds are good. Like what's interesting about this account is that like some of the elements of the build are actually pretty good. I'm pretty sure almost every champion has like quite decent speeds and appears to be in speed boots, which is great. Like, we got that bit right, and it looks like we're aiming for, at least we're trying to hit 100% crit rate on most of our direct damage dealers and stuff like that. But the accuracy is all over the place. Is the Farrakhan in the Demon Lord team? The Farrakhan in the Demon Lord team? Are we hitting into Nightmare? I'm not sure if we're hitting into that. We haven't unlocked Quick Battle. It's almost definitely not into Nightmare, but the Farrakhan's in the team and he has no accuracy. He has like no chance of ever landing a poison or an HP burn. Okay, he might have like a 10% chance or something, you know, but not good, man. Not great, okay? So just for a heads up, into Nightmare Demon Lord, you need about 200 or more accuracy, and into Brutal difficulty, which we are also not quick battling. With this team, even though this team isn't like super well optimized and stuff, there's some champions here that I'd like to swap out. Maybe even during this takeover. We're going to be focusing mostly on Fire Knight, by the way, in this video. This team should be one keying Brutal. You know, this team should be one keying Brutal, man. It is also customary for me to review how the gems have been spent on this account, and we've only upgraded the gem mine one time. This is something that Quarox is now working on. And we've upgraded the Guardian ring like 0 times. I'm pretty sure that this first slot is automatically unlocked. I might be wrong about that. I actually can't remember, honestly. It's one of those weird ones. But yeah, we've spent a lot of gems buying masteries for champions Man, Ruel's got them. Okay, we've been farming up on Stag Knight, that's good, but both the Cold Hats have full masteries, the Kale has full masteries, Soulborn Boya has full masteries. Okay, we haven't invested masteries in Frozen Banshee, that's good at least, but... Okay, it looks like we've been grinding masteries on some champions, but it feels to me like we spent a lot of gems on masteries. Which isn't great, because, you know, without the gem mine fully upgraded, you're not getting that passive income. What does the Great Hall look like? Oh, wow. Oh, God. Okay, we need to stop what we're doing to the Great Hall immediately. Forget about the attack nodes are the worst nodes you can upgrade in the Great Hall. I swear we'll get to finite team building in just a second, boys. But I've got to give the account a quick look over, you know. Crit damage and attack tend to be like the two worst to upgrade first. Which I love it. I love it, man. I mean, it's fine. We've got the missions done now for upgrading 3 nodes up to rank 5 or higher, so that's good. And we've also got the challenge done. Or maybe it's the other way around. Like, the challenges are done and the missions are done here. We can forget about these now, and we can start upgrading all of the accuracy nodes, right? Starting off with these 3 nodes right here for accuracy, because Void is just... You're going to have fewer and fewer Void champions on your account. You forget about the Void nodes for a while. Attack is only a useful stat on a very, very small subset of champions inside of Raid. And crit damage, though it's a very, very good stat to have, it's great, don't get me wrong. Again, it's an even smaller subset of champions that actually want crit damage as like a stat prior. Accuracy, on the other hand, is important and very, very good and strong and powerful for most champions inside of Raid Shadow Legends, man. Okay, so first and foremost, let me see the Fire Knight team here that we're actually running into. I guess we're farming stage 16, but we have unlocked stage. Okay, let me just check what we're actually running here. Okay. So we've got the Farrakhan. Why is the Kale still in the team? I actually don't mind the team. Like, the team is 90% there, or 80% there, I suppose. The Kale just doesn't make any sense. And we haven't actually planned out any of our team setups either to set up, like, team instructions, which is also very, very important for clearing Fire Knight. So the tools that we want to bring into Fire Knight are very, very simple. Multi-hitter champions, right, that can break through the Fire Knight's shield stacks when you first, you know, arrive into the boss. It's going to have like 10 or 12 shield stacks depending on what difficulty you're on, what stage you're on. It's going to have a bunch of shield stacks. Got to bust through those. Decreased speed debuff is very, very good for slowing the boss down, and then decreased 10 meter to control the boss's 10 meter. Is obviously very, very good as well. Ally attack champions like Farrakhan are a great, great fit to use into Fire Knight because he brings ally attack on his A3, so all of your team, apart from the Farrakhan, attack on in. That helps to bust down the boss's shield stacks. So ally attack champions could be a great way to get more out of your multi-hitter champions and bust down the boss's shield stacks, and so Farrakhan's a good fit. Cold Hat is obviously amazing. Quadruple hitter A1 is great for blasting through those shields, and she also brings the 10 meter decrease on the A3 as well, so she's kind of covering multiple roles. Kale's not bad for getting started into Fire Knight because you can have him open against the boss with his quad hitter A3 and bust through those shields, and so that's fine. He's not amazing though, because that's kind of all he does. Krisk, I don't mind on the team at all. It brings a decreased speed debuff on the A1, and so that's a useful part of the kit. And you do need at least one champion on your Fire Knight team usually to babysit your team to the boss and to get your team to the boss and get them through the waves, right? A lot of your 10 meter controller champions and multi-hitter champions are going to be quite fragile, and so having at least one champ on the team that can ideally help out a bit against the boss with like a decreased speed or a little bit of 10 meter decrease, stuff like that, or a multi-hitter skill. You're going to need at least one champion to get your fragile nerds to the boss unscathed. Stag Knight's going to help out with just decreased defense, decreased attack against the waves, and brings a double hitter that places decreased speed on the A1 as well. And so frankly, the only way that I would actually change this team up would be this. I'd literally just have 2 Cold Hearts, the Farrakhan, same as before, and then the Stag Knight. Like, it's basically the same team. We're just switching out the kill and getting in the second Cold Heart. We'll save that to FK. And now we've got to go in and rebuild these champions because they don't have anywhere near enough accuracy to reliably be landing 10 meter decrease against this boss, and that's just not great. The Stag Knight's build is curiously pretty good, by the way. Like, good speeds. His defense is a bit low, but that's fine. Accuracy's, like, not bad. Like, some of the builds are actually okay. The Stag Knight's build is inexplicably actually pretty decent. Let's go in and start with the Krisk. Now, when it comes to rebuilding your champions, this is pretty important now, man. I've said this a few times in previous Takeover videos, but you've got to go in and plan out your teams like this and build your teams like this in the team planner for all of the dungeons if you can. And the reason you do that is to identify which champions on your account deserve the best gear because you're using them in the most areas of the game. And spoilers, a fully booked Krisk is one of the best champions in Raid Shadow Legends. And so we're going to be using this champion everywhere as a wave controller, an AoE wave controller. He's going to make the team basically death immune. Okay, that's what Krisk does. It's just, yeah. What we don't want to see is legendary champions, even like Ninja. Ninja's not booked on this account. Ninja is half a champion, okay? This Ninja does not deserve any of the good gear on this account until he is fully booked and is ready to use it to stuff like Dragon and Hydra and stuff like that. Like an unbooked Ninja, it's just not good enough. It's just not good enough, man. Like a fully booked Krisk is 20 times the champion of an unbooked Ninja. We've also got some pretty decent gear on a Roshguard the Tower as well. This is a great champion for eventually setting up maybe like an unkillable team in Demon Lord Clan Boss with Painkeeper, Roshguard, you know, that old chestnut. But I believe even he's got some like pretty decent gear for where this account is. This might not look like a very decent shield to you, by the way, but for where this account is, it's a pretty decent shield, believe me. Same as the chest as well. Double speed roll on the chest is very, very good for us. And we've got a lot of champions that are lacking accuracy, man. Do we really want this accuracy set on the Roshguard for what? So you can single target, place or block active skills and stuff. But no, man, no. We can't be committing good gear to a Roshguard when we have a Krisk that needs help on this account. So dedicate your best gear to your best champions. Now, I've already gone in and planned out a Krisk build where he is going to lose a little bit of speed. I'm committing a bunch of feral gear to the Krisk, even though the rolls are not that good, right? Double flat HP roll on the weapon. Ugh. Not even percentage HP, man. It's flat. It's terrible. Rolled into a little bit of accuracy. Whatever, right? The headgear, it's rolled crit damage, HP percent, missed all of the speed rolls. Okay, we've got like 5 pieces of feral gear on the entire account, by the way. This is what we got to work with, you know, like this is the best we can do. The chest plate, double accuracy roll at least, no speed, but that's fine. I just need to get the accuracy numbers up on the Krisk, and so that's what we've done. We've punched him in with 187 accuracy here. There are no accuracy banners on the account that I can put on the Krisk for Lizardmen, so I put him in like an HP defense percent banner and a happy little shield from the Righteous set as well. Now, we're losing a bit of speed. Sucks. We're losing a bunch of defense. Also sucks a bit. We're gaining some health. Most importantly, though, we're fixing the accuracy situation, which is by far the most important thing. Next up, massively important champion, Farrakhan the Fat Man. Yeah, his accuracy also sucks. He needs the accuracy to place HP burn and poison debuffs, which are big, big debuffs to bring to the table, into Dragon, into Demon Lord Clan Boss, and yeah, wherever else into Chimera, you know, Farrakhan's a great Chimera champion. This hodgepodge build is just not gonna cut it, man. He's also got crit damage gauntlets, but he's not 100% crit, so like that's a little bit awkward as well. Yeah. And so the rebuild that we've got planned out on the Farrakhan is going to look a little bit something like this. He's stealing gear off a billion champions, okay? We're taking some decent gear off of the Roshguard. We're taking some decent gear off of the Frozen Banshee. Off of a random shield guard who has like a double accuracy and speed roll lifesteal headgear, which is going to be way better suited to the Farrakhan. The Farrakhan's going to gain a bunch of defense, a bunch of HP, bunch of speed, and a whole lot of accuracy, right? This Farrakhan build is going to take just like night and day difference in how effective this Farrakhan is going to be. And I'm pulling gear off of champions that are just not relevant anymore, man. Again, we've got like some pretty decent gear, or we had some pretty decent gear on the Frozen Banshee. We're not even using her in the Demon Lord team anymore, man. We got to vacuum this gear off of these suboptimal champions. Frozen Banshee's one of those where you build her for Demon Lord. She'd add some poisons for a while and she could do fine. But like as soon as you got a Farrakhan on the team, he's instantly going to yeet the Banshee out of the team right away. And then where do you use her? I don't know. Dragon as a poisoner? Maybe, but probably not, because Farrakhan replaces her there as well. So it's like Frozen Banshee becomes vault fodder very, very fast, you know. She's not even fully booked, actually. Oh god, I mean, she deserves to be in the sea, dude. She should be in the Master Vault, really, and just leave her there, you know? But this is what I mean, man. Prioritizing your better gear on your better champions. Now, as for the Stag Knight's build, again, it's fine. I'm just going to tune it up a little bit by pulling some gear off of some... Again, the Frozen Banshee and Bergoth is not a great epic champion, so I'm going to pull some gear off of him. Just more defense, more HP, well, a little bit less HP, but more speed, more accuracy. Yeah, just cheering up and polishing his build just a little bit because he's such an important champion. And as for the Cold Hearts, they've got decent crit damage and stuff like that, but they're not crit capped. A Cold Heart needs to be 70% crit in order to be considered at least soft capped in terms of crit, because she has an extra 30% chance to crit on her A3, which is the only skill that really matters for Cold Heart. And yeah, we're going to go ahead and shot her in a bunch of relentless gear, some pieces of which I pulled off of other champs. You're going to get a crit up to 73%. The crit damage is going to go down a bit, but that's fine. It's whatever. She's going to gain a lot of speed, a bunch of accuracy. Accuracy is still a little bit low, honestly, which sucks a bit. We just don't have any accuracy banners to use, I don't think. Oh, we actually do. We actually do. Okay, I'm gonna go ahead and just roll this one up. I'm gonna roll this one up, man. Don't be too expensive. Okay, 1 million. That's not too bad. That's not too bad. That gets our accuracy up to 185. Should be enough like stage 19, maybe stage 20 at a push. She might get resisted sometimes in stage 20, but like these boots can still be upgraded, man, and they should be during next artifact enhancement. I don't want to spend much more silver because the account's running very, very low on resources, but yeah, this Cult Heart build is night and day difference. It's going to be a lot better, and exactly the same with the other build as well, where we're just throwing on a hodgepodge of gear, get our Cult Heart. This Cult Heart's going to be a lot slower, by the way, but our accuracy is now going to be up to snuff. Her crit damage is actually going to be drastically improved. This Cult Heart's honestly way too slow, but again, we're scratching the bottom of the barrel a little bit, you know? Now what we need to do, which by the way, this part of the video always slaughters my watch time in YouTube analytics, which annoys me because whenever I check like the stats on a video, everybody stops watching while I start setting up the team presets, which is like 90% of the reason why people's teams fail in Defiant is that they're not setting up the presets properly, man. So I swear, if you're struggling in Defiant, don't skip ahead, okay? Don't skip ahead, man. When it comes to the Krisk, I'm just going to let the Krisk do whatever the hell the Krisk wants to do. He's got single target hits on basically every skill. The only thing we're going to do with the Krisk is make it so that he doesn't use his A3 against the boss because he's trying to place a provoke against a boss that can't get provoked, and it's not an attack, it's just place provoke, and so that's actually not good, except for the fact that I'm talking out of my ass. He places increased speed buff. Never mind, I'm a moron. Ignore everything I just said. That's actually pretty good against the boss. In fact, it might actually be so good that we want to #1 priority that skill. And I suppose disable the A2 with the Krisk, because we actually want him using his A1 to just get up decreased speed as quickly as possible against the boss as well. Now, when it comes to your 10-meter controllers, okay, or rather, let's start with the Farrakhan. If you've got an ally attack champion on your team, this is going to change all of your timings. First of all, your ally attack champion should be one of the faster champions on your team, which the Farrakhan is at 207 speed. He needs to open with and spam the crap out of his ally attack skill for basically all of the fight, okay? He also should never be using his HP burn and his poisons because the boss is never going to get a turn if this team is functioning correctly. The boss is never going to take HP burn and poison damage anyway. And so I'd rather have him using his A1 every now and again with a chance of placing decreased defense. It's just going to work out better for us in terms of kill speed. And what this means with our ally attack champion is he needs to open against the boss with this ally attack skill. It's mega crucial, and so we need to disallow Farrakhan from using his ally attack against the second wave so that it's ready to go against the boss right away. And you can take the exact same logic as well with the Cold Hearts. What we do not want to have happen is the Cold Heart get on into the boss and not be able to use her Heart Seeker to decrease the boss's 10 meter immediately, okay? We need to get that firing straight away, okay? So she's going to open up with the A3, and we're going to go ahead and disable the A3 against the second wave so that she's guaranteed going to have that ready to use. Now, we've got one Cold Heart that's much slower than the other Cold Heart. We're going to have her open with her A1 skill instead. Otherwise, she's going to use Heart Seeker against the boss, but the first Cold Heart has already massively decreased the boss's 10 meter. It doesn't make any sense to overlap these 10 meter decreases. She can wait for one turn before using hers, right? And just like before, we're going to disable her A3 skill as well against the second wave. When it comes to Stag Knight, honestly, with Stag, he's one of our decreased speed debuffer champions. We kind of just want him to spam. In fact, we probably don't even want him to use his A2. The boss should never get an attack in anyway, and so him using his decreased attack shouldn't matter. It shouldn't do anything to the boss because the boss should never get an attack, and the decreased defense debuff is placed by Farrakhan on his A1 already, so we'd rather just have the Stag Knight do nothing but spam his A1 and guarantee we're going to get that decreased speed debuff up as quickly as possible if the Krisk fails to land its decreased speed. You know what I'm saying? Another quick trick as well for setting up your team presets when you got an ally attack champion, you got to count how many hits you have against the boss with your ally attack champion, right? And look at the speeds of your champions as well. Start with the fastest champion on your team. For us, that's the Stag Knight, right? So the Stag Knight attacks in first with 220 speed. You can just count the hits that you're going to get against the boss, right? That's 2 hits coming in from the Stag Knight. Then the Farrakhan comes in with the beatdown ally attack. All allies except Farrakhan are going to attack in. That's another 2 hits from the Stag Knight, taking us up to 4. Then it's 4 hits each from each of the Cold Hearts. That's 12 hits into the boss right away, not even including the Krisk. And that's how I know that I can then come in with a 10-meter decrease immediately against the boss and get that 10-meter decrease off straight away. And I know the boss is going to have no shield stacks. So that's another thing that you want to be doing, is just counting those stacks and making sure that you have enough hits to actually bust through the boss's shield immediately. So what we're going to do is go ahead and just try and progress through this, man. We don't even have an aura lead in this team. Frankly, I don't think it's going to matter. The Krisk is going to make it so that we can't die against the waves. The Krisk is our babysitter champion for just getting all of these squishies to the boss. And hopefully we don't get too punished when it comes to nerds resisting our stuff. The provoke lands on almost every enemy from the Krisk just now, and so everything's provoked. The Krisk is basically immortal. The Krisk like basically can't die, you know. It brings like self shields, increased defense, you know, healing, all of that, blah, 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 blah. So we're going to have plenty of time to blast our way through the waves. I'm not concerned about this. We should get to the boss. Absolutely no problem. Let's see what we do once we get there. Alright, and away we go. We get to the boss with no problems at all. Now all of our multi-hits are going to start to come on in. Double hit from the Stag, big ally attack from the Farrakhan to crack the boss's shield straight away, and then we're going to attack on in with the first Heartseeker, which gets resisted, by the way. This is only stage 18, so the fact that that got resisted is like very, very bad news for us. Now, thankfully, we've got 2 Cold Hearts on the team. I think our other Cold Heart, oh god, is not going to get in time to land that. Dude, that's so unfortunate that resisted, man. But that is good knowledge to have. It actually makes no sense that it resisted, to be honest. I feel like that was like a 3% resist chance. And we just got very, very unlucky with this first Cold Heart resisting here. What I'm going to do is I'm going to go in. I'm just going to steal the Whisper's chestplate. I don't believe the Whisper is fully booked on the account just yet. We're going to lose a bit of speed on this Cold Heart, but she's going to gain a bunch more accuracy and get her up to 205 accuracy now and just reduce that resist chance by quite a bit. I'm also worried now about the second Cold Heart, though. Oh, God. I could go ahead and roll this banner up to just rank 15, but not take it up to 16 on the account, just to shoot up this other Cold Heart a little bit more and just leave that waiting there for the next gear enhancement event to come along. Let's try this again, man. Okay, so this time when we get to the boss, should be no hitches in the plan this time, right? We should be bloody fine here. This time the Heartseeker does decrease boss 10 meter, which is great. Again, the second Cold Heart is a little bit delayed in when she's going to come on in, and hopefully it'll be pretty obvious as to why in just a second. She's going to come in and reset boss 10 meter again, and that should give us enough time to get around again to our other Cold Heart, getting back to her Heartseeker and her 10 meter control, you know what I'm saying? So, yeah, we should be good. The only thing we might be limited by is speed, and that's really it. So our other Cold Heart's about to come on in with her 10 meter decrease again. Bam! There it is. Looking pretty clean to me. And again, this run should be even more surefire once this Cold Heart has fully upgraded speed boots as well, which, you know, she doesn't have right now. So, alley-oop. Down goes stage 18 for the very first time. You know what? Let's just progress on to 19 straight away. Oh my god, okay. That was actually pretty simple for us. Stage 19 down, straight on to stage 20, which is the big one, and a great, great stage to be farming in Finite for the very first time on an account like this. So, let's have it. Again, getting through the waves is kind of no problem with Krisk on the team. Krisk is just nuts. Like, I mean, you can use any old champion for this job for controlling up the waves. They're not all going to be as good as a bloody Krisk, though. You know what I'm saying? There is that. All right. So the Krisk being a little bit faster would definitely be a huge help. We actually took a hit or two there from the waves where enemies weren't provoked, and so that's a little bit nervy. I'm also a bit concerned that the Cold Heart on the right side here at 158 speed or something, it's just going to be too slow to control the boss's 10 meter fully. We'll see. She also has a little bit lower accuracy, and so she might have her Heartseeker resisted when she comes in with that 10 meter control. So that might be a little bit nervy as well. This might not be a super mega ultra reliable clear for stage 20 until we have like 15 more accuracy on all these guys and like, I don't know, 5 to 10 speed more on the Krisk and 5 to 10 more speed on the Cold Heart. Like the right side Cold Heart, that is. So far, so good. Looking like it's probably going to be a first time ever stage 20 clear. Just bloody glorious. More than anything, just shows that you might have more answers and more room for progression on your account than you think. Things are going to get very, very close here. Oh god, the boss is actually going to get his shield back up, and it one-shots the 2 cold darts. Oh, I spoke too soon, man. And it was, this cold out was too slow as well. This cold out was too slow. You saw how bloody slow we might actually have enough poisons and burns up on the boss here that we still get the kill, which is kind of funny. Oh my god, it's like 1%. Okay, we will actually get the kill through the shield though. Okay. Alright. So that run will be a lot more surefire indeed. If we can take this cold hat here and just get like 20 more speed on this cold hat and not have so many like random hodgepodge pieces of gear. Accuracy gear that doesn't have any speed rolls on it, stuff like that. Speed gear without any speed rolls on it, you know. And a decent banner would also help out quite a bit. So room for growth here, room to make that run nice and surefire. You know what I'm saying? That's Finite complete. I'm going to go ahead and leave this part of this takeover here. We've got more work to do on this account, more team building to do, Demon Lord team, little bit of spider action as well. Thanks for stopping by, man. If you guys enjoyed the video, make sure to hit like on the video. And of course, if you're looking to start off a new raid account, make sure to use the beginner promo link that's down below this video at the top of the description box down below to get that done, man. For all little freebies that you see on screen right now.